Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Just waiting for Ryan to log on from Manchester. Not been on for a while, so all good stuff. I should be here any second. I'm just looking at what's been going on in the world of boxing. I see Jake Paul's all over the news. My God, where's that one going? Eh? Jake Paul. I will let him into boxing. We'll let anybody in, won't we, really? When you think about it, anybody can get in. It's an absolute free for all, isn't it, really? An absolute free for all. 10 3-minute round. It's an exhibition, though, isn't it, apparently? Absolute shocking. But what can you do? It's what's going on, isn't it? How you doing, Ryan?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you keeping?
I'm all right. Have you seen Jake Paul all over internet with Javonta Davis?
Yeah. He's cringing, that Jake Paul, mate.
We've got a
He's very,
cruiserweight
very
in there
cringe.
with a lightweight career lightweight. There's like 5 stone exact. He's a 5 stone between them. 4 stone 9. My God, what's all that about?
I know, I mean, a lot's made of this Jake Paul. I mean, people say he's athletic. He's not an athletic guy, what in any way, shape, or form. And again, I have to reiterate, he was soundly outboxed by someone who isn't the best boxer in Wilmslow. I don't know whether you're aware of Wilmslow, but it's not notorious for people who can fight, never mind box. And Tommy Fury is probably not the best boxer in Wilmslow. So I don't really get this why Jake Paul's allowed to fight Davis, in addition to the weight discrepancy, but from a technical level and a skill level, it shouldn't be sanctioned, should it not?
Well, it's not a boxer. I'm assuming it's an exhibition.
Still, though, someone can get hurt, can't they? Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That's what you've got to worry about. But I
You
don't
can
know.
see Tank knocking him out, can't you? Really, if he sets about him.
Well, if there's a God, then yeah. If there's a God, yeah. He'll
Yeah.
knock him spark out, and we don't need to have. It's just all the cringiness. Listen, I love people making money. Do you know what I mean? That's fantastic. But when they're just minging like that, it's just on a it's yeah, it's just hanging, isn't he? Minging.
Yeah.
He's definitely juiced up as well. Let's have it right. Do you know what I mean? Definitely juiced up.
What do you think, Ryan, to Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford and Floyd saying Turkey needs to get the money up and blah de blah. Well, he's 49 just after Christmas, isn't he, Mayweather?
Yeah.
What's all that about?
Would you watch it? Would you watch that out of
Yeah, I
interest?
don't think I'd watch that out of principle. I'd watch highlights.
Yeah, I'd watch the highlights, mate. Yeah. No, I mean, I think Floyd, he'll always want to talk like that, won't he? Because it's money, and he's never too far away from, he's never one word away from saying the word. Um, but I won't. It's daft, mate, daft. Terence Crawford would have beat him at his best, in my opinion. I think Terence Crawford is the antidote. DeMarcus Corley had in fact, he rocked Mayweather worse than anyone's ever rocked him. Sorry, Mosley probably did. But if you remember the Chop Chop fight, Chop Chop caught him, cracked him, and hurt him. So did Zab Judah, both left-handers. There's a bit of a difference. Terence Crawford is a monster. He's a monster. He's a hard man. And I think he beat Mayweather. Never mind at 49. He
Miguel
smashed Maywever to
Cotto chucked
bits.
him up as well, didn't he, Mayweather?
He did well. I mean, I give Miguel 4 rounds in that fight, and to be open, I never really liked him under that. What's his name now? The Cuban. What was his name? He was
Trainer.
who?
The trainer, Cuban.
Yeah, he was being
Salah.
trained by the Cuban. Can't remember. He was being trained by him at the time, and I never really liked Cotto under him. But yeah, I give Cotto 4 rounds in that fight. Thought he did very well against Mayweather.
Mm. Do
And
you
again,
feel,
Crawford's a different level, isn't he?
yeah, do you feel that Floyd's been out at game too long to mix it with Terence Crawford?
Well, as I say, I think Mayweather at his best wouldn't beat Terence Crawford. Um, but now he gets smashed to bits,
Yeah.
conclusively and decisively so as well.
So what can we say, Ryan, then? Floyd Mayweather, if he comes back for what he's wanting, 250 million, if he comes back, is he selling a loss on his record for pound notes?
I, I'd do the same for
Would you?
250 mil. You do the same, wouldn't you?
A lot of money in it.
Yeah, his name's not Floyd Undefeated Mayweather. It's Floyd Money Mayweather. That'd be
Yeah.
my rebuttal. So, yeah, fair play to him.
Okay. Steve Collins,
Yeah.
his son, they're pushing that fight with Eubank.
hmm
What do you think to that? He's all about news today.
I don't. I mean, I like Steve Collins. I really like Steve Collins. Steve Collins don't get the credit for beating both the two perceived number one guys in the UK of that era. You and I both know they weren't. Errol Graham would have beat both of them.
Yeah.
Michael Watson battered Nigel Benn and was, you could say, won nearly every round against Chris Eubank that he fought in a boxing ring against him. But that's daft in him, mate. I don't know what Steve's doing. He can't be skinned, surely to God.
Well, Steve Collins Jr. is 15 and 5, and in his last one, two, three, four, six, seven, eight. I mean, in his last two, four, he's lost three fights out in his last four.
And what kind of competition?
Against
Garbage.
guys 17 and 10, he beat him. And then before that, an 8 and 0 guy, an 11 and 0 guy, and an 8 and another 8 and 0 guy all beat him. And before that, he was in with a guy with 39 losses. He beat him. That's his last win before that 17 and 10 win. So he's technically shite, right? Absolute
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, was he not a cruiserweight as well?
Yeah, he's been fighting at light heavy, but they're saying they can do super middle for Eubank. He's never fought at super middle.
So he's willing to compromise his kid's health.
He's in a six rounder on a Bricktop show next weekend in Scotland. He's been out
Hopefully,
15 months.
hopefully he gets his ass kicked. We don't want anyone to get hurt. Let's have it right, mate. But hopefully he gets his ass kicked, so that all of that kind of nonsense is scrapped immediately. Because listen, he's won British titles, and Eubank, and he's got a few good trinkets around his waist or on the mantelpiece, more to the point. But he's not very good.
No.
Not very good. Not very good. His best win is over shot to bits James DeGale, who doesn't look very well at the moment, bless him. But Chris Eubank Jr. is a serious kid, mate. He's an hard kid, and he can punch you. If you're not on his level, he'll smash you up. He will smash you up, which is proven by some of the competition he's been in with that are around British or European level. He's battered them. He's put one of them in a really bad condition. What's the poor lad from Bristol called now? Blackwell.
Blackwell, Nick Blackwell.
Yeah, Chris Eubank Jr. isn't an idiot. If you put in someone like that with that kind of record, I watched that Collins Jr. once, and I wasn't particularly impressed. But he would get bludgeoned by Chris Eubank Jr., and it wouldn't be very pretty. He doesn't have his dad's skill set. He doesn't have his dad's chin. It won't go well.
Well, he's had 21 fights, he's won 15, and he's got 4 stoppages, so he's a feather duster man. Right, he's been inactive 15 months. He's been a cruiserweight. He's now a light heavy. They're saying they can do super middle, and if his last win were against a guy 17 and 10 and 3, and his last win before that were a guy 18, 39 and 7, and that's it. But Steve Collins Senior is playing the old "I beat Eubank's dad twice, and my son will beat him," his son. They're giving it that one, aren't they? What they're going to have next? Marvis Fraser dug up.
Dave, rein it in. I don't know whether you've had a few bad investments. I don't know what's going on. You've been on Talksport a couple of times. Surely to God, you're not Brassic Lint. Pack it in.
Well, look, it's
Pack it
getting
in,
to a
Steve.
stage now where all these people in boxing industry and people who think they can get a fight. I mean, Joe Egan and John Fury, they're trying to get some graveyard at job. Look, this is how I look at it.
Yeah.
Can you now see all these people what they're about? They've shown how grubby they are. Absolute grubby. I mean, they're talking like they'd take 5 mil to fight Eubank. Eubank can have 10 mil, but we'll take 5. Oh my God! He's had. Have you seen the state of his CV? He's a journeyman.
He's a journeyman who will end up in a real bad situation if they're not too careful. Because Chris Eubank Jr. will take that fight.
We
He
got
don't give
those
he don't give a flyer.
light heavy, and now they want to boil him down to super middle, and the kid can't even punch. Listen. Somebody's going to get put on slab. Touch wood,
Mm-hmm.
they don't. Somebody's going to
Yeah,
end
God
up on
willing.
slab before
Don't
all
want
this
anyone like that.
stops.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. Completely agree.
I don't know where it ends, mate. To be honest, I'm just not sure, mate.
Hopefully, common sense prevails.
Hey,
Hopefully, common sense prevails. Do you know
well,
what I
it's not
mean?
going to do, is it?
Mm.
Backing up
If
a
I was
little
Eubank,
bit,
though, I'd take that. If I was Eubank, I'd take that fight all day long.
would you?
Oh, absolutely, mate. Quick 10 mil. Punch someone up whose dad beat my dad.
Yeah, but what can we call this boxing, or is it influencer boxing? Is it white collar? Where are we going now? Are we going to have Paul Smith right coming back on a comeback, or somebody like that? Well, what's going on?
Yeah, get Smigger back in there.
Get Smig in to fight Steve Collins Jr.
Nah, get him back to fight Dodson again. Him and
Dodson
Tony
Smith
Dodson to come back. Yeah.
trilogy, the World
Yeah.
Awaits. Tony Warrior Dodson against Paul Real Gone Kid Smith
Yeah.
Jr. Right?
Let's have
Two
it.
worlds collide.
Yeah. Two worlds collide. Winner fights Quigley.
Right? Can I ask you, if we were being a Mancunian, what
Yeah.
you thought about Tommy Fury getting busted with triathlete job?
Mad that, innit?
Hey, what's all that?
I feel bad on him, because I bet he's not. I don't know him. Do you know what I mean? I know a few people from Shinnies. I think they went up to Reese. I think Reese went up to spar that Roman. And they
Reese
said that
Cartwright.
no, Reese Wood.
Oh yeah.
A little ginger kid. Fights. He's had a lot of fights at Farmworth recently. 7-4 Serge and Bomo done him, but he's fought a few good kids actually. Reese. He's not too bad. He can punch as well. But they sparred Roman, I think. Pretty sure it was Reese Wood who sparred him, and they were saying to me in the gym that they're all right. Do you know what I mean? And what anyone who I've spoke to about that Tommy or has seen him in and around town and what have you, they said he's sound and that, but he don't do himself any favours and all this sort of mental health talk now and all the rest of it. It's like it's recycling stuff, and it just ain't gonna do you no favours. People aren't um a 25 or 26-year-old millionaire who's married to a 10 out of 10 bird, whose brother's the heavyweight champion of the world, who's routinely seen on the Ale in Manchester, and you're trying to spiel it about mental health, and then you get caught trying to mug people off on one of them. It's not particularly endearing, and I don't think he's got the brains or the wherewithals to step back, look at himself, and think, "Oh God, I probably should shut my mouth," or I probably shouldn't do blags like that, because he's actually, again, from my viewpoint from afar, he's actually not a bad kid. He's probably just a little bit poorly educated from an academical perspective.
Well, where I have a problem with it is this: they did that, and nothing come out at first, And then the next day, he was in the Great North Run, and all they got out of him were finishing that last 4 mile, weren't they, on the Great North Run?
Yeah,
So,
nice.
I mean, how can you do a 1.2 mile swim in French Riviera, cycle 80 kilometers, run 20 kilometers, whoever it were, then fly back over to Britain and do a marathon? People are not stupid, are they? But then it
No,
come out that he didn't even get to second checkpoint on cycle, in France.
yeah.
How thick is he? Is he thick?
No, no. Well, that's what I'm alluding to. I don't think he's a bad person in any way, shape, or form. I
Dim.
think he's just quite a poorly educated lad who doesn't understand it. People want to catch people out. We're living in an horrible world and an horrible society where people like to be pretty nasty about one another. So again, someone who preaches mental health, who's got millions in the bank, who's married to a top bird, no one's really endeared to you, mate. No one's endeared. So they're going to catch him out, but he doesn't get that because of his lack of education. Um, so yeah, he needs reining in a little bit, bless him.
You mean because of his brother, we all knackers he's come out with over the last few years?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've touched on it before. I mean, a lot of these people who preach mental health, it's called drinking and drugs, isn't it? It's not mental health. You've been on the piss. You've
Yeah,
been on the piss. Now your head's fell off. You've had a spin on the wheel. Your head's fell off.
yeah.
Simple as
We've
that.
all been there, haven't we? But you just shrug it off, don't you?
You've got to. You've got to. I've not had a beer now for 6 weeks. Fuck me, it's horrible. Do you know what I mean? But you've just got to keep ploughing, haven't you? And what you don't need to do is behave how some other people do, like
Yeah.
cheat on triathlons.
Well, you know what I find funny when I see Big John, the big fighting man, 100 on the hard road.
Mm.
Nobody's come forward to say they've fought him, but yet he's on Instagram. He's poured a cup of water on his face, running down the street, and he said, "Another 8 kilometers in the bank." Do they think people are as stupid as him?
You know what though? I know a couple of people there. What prison was it now? I'm sure it's in Rochdale. I can't remember. But they said to me that he was proper sound, John. They said he was proper sound, like quiet guy. Um, but then as soon as if Tyson was on TV, they said like it was mad. Like he'd be in his cell just banging on walls. Like, but yeah, he was a lovely guy. And then when you see what he's like on the internet, is it an act? Do you think, or what? Is it just an act? Because I don't know.
No, he's loud in real life, mate. I can
Is
assure
it?
you. He's very loud. Yeah, yeah. He's you see what it is. You see that people like that are very thick-skinned. They're not bothered what people think. 'Cause
People
they're
think.
piling money
Yeah.
up, aren't they? People buy into it, right? All these divs buy into bullshit on social
Yeah.
media. So, and that ice breaks, and I'm always waiting, man. I can spot bullshit a mile off. I've got bullshit detectors around house and around my head. I've got a
Yeah.
bullshit spider senses tingling belt.
Yeah.
But it
I've
is
not
what it
seen
is.
out of John though. What has he been in the news? Has he been saying anything?
Well, what can he say when his son's been bladdered by Usyk twice? They've gone missing. They're asking for 500 million to fight Joshua twice, and his son's just been busted twice, making out as this Iron Man triathlete.
What I mean, he's just not done them any favours, has he? Getting caught. I just don't think that he thinks about things. Tommy Fury, like there was something that was really terrible that was on TV about him the other week. I'm sure it was a BBC thing. It was just like nobody's going to be endeared to him. They don't find, again, God rest him. Rick Yatton was an endearing individual. That's an endearing guy. That's a guy that people are gravitated towards.
Yeah.
Just by personality alone, in addition to everything else, Tommy Fury's not endearing. And for him to go and preach on about mental health and all the rest of it and all this kind of carry on, uh, again, at the young age he is bestowed with the wealth that he's acquired for not fighting monsters like Kostya's you, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Jose Luis Castillo, etc. You know, he's earned a lot more than most boxers will ever see or even dream of seeing by fighting idiots like Jake Paul. So when he gets on waxing lyrical about mental health, a lot of people, if they've got half a brain, will be looking and thinking, he's a tit. He's a proper tit, him. Now, again, then you go and get caught out blagging a triathlon. I don't think it is that he is a tit or a bad person. I just think, and I'll reiterate it again, I just think he's poorly educated and not particularly bright.
Do you remember
And I
when
don't
Big
think he
John
has a good
sacked
management
Ricky
team.
Hatton?
Pardon?
Remember when Ricky Hatton were trainer for Tommy for one fight, and after first or second round, he says, "What you touching clubs when we're beginning at round for? He's not your effing mate." Well,
Yeah. Brilliant.
for that.
Brilliant. Is that what he got rid? Did he get rid of him?
Instead, he showed him up, but
Why did he?
he's a novice fighter, isn't he? He's going to tap gloves like that. But Ricky will like, "What you doing here? We're here to win here. It's a Hungarian plumber or wherever it were." They got rid of him, didn't they, after that fight? So.
I know Ricky had Gorman, didn't he? And Gorman was good under him. Gorman was
Yeah.
really good under him. And then I seen that fight in particular, so I thought Ricky would be looking after him. And then I know Ricky did a lot with Tyson as well, didn't he? But I don't reckon that's embarrassing someone or showing them up. It's just it's good advice, isn't it? You're not there to mess around. Go and smack him up. Go and punch his head in.
Okay. Do you want to go on to part two, kid?
Yeah, of course, my mate. I'll
10
jump on
past,
now.
yeah? It's 8 minutes past. I'll just have a quick leak.
Top man. Speak to you in a sec.
10
Bye, bye,
past.
bye.
Kid. Cheers. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Don't forget to click the link in the comments section. Take you straight to our sponsors, Human Nutrients. Go on, pop, pop, bang. Peace out. Don't forget to watch Porky's International YouTube as well. We're flying on there. That's non-boxing stuff if you like a laugh. Uyaka.